all the way west, again, all the way to the Han Estuary. Now, to give you an idea of how massively wide the DMZ is itself, if you look off into the distance on that hill, you'll see what appears to be a backwards J-shaped road or a hook-shaped road. It's actually the northernmost boundary of the DMZ. So you're about 2,000 meters away from that. To give you an idea of how wide this DMZ is. I'll point out some interesting locations and some ironic locations. You take this and kind of make it like an arrow and you follow it out about 1,000 meters, you'll see a pine grove area. You'll see sticking out of the pine grove itself what seems to be an A-shaped frame wooden building. This is the old Panmunjeom building, or what the North Korean people have come to call the North Korea's People's Peace Museum. It's ironically called this because it houses two of the axes used in the 1976 axe murder incident. So there's some ironic dark humor. Now off into the distance you'll see what seems to be a building with an elongated blue roof. This is the former Czech and Polish NNSC camp. It's no longer in use because North Korea has cut the power to that building. So the Czech and Poles no longer visit this area. North Korea likes to say that they staged their quick reaction force there. However, we've never seen any soldiers or any farmers for that matter visit that building, so we've come to name it the slow reaction force. Another great army joke. Now if you look off into the tree line, you'll see a tall metal structure sticking out from the tree line itself. It was actually a speaker housing system used to broadcast propaganda from Gyeongdong and here. However, it is no longer used and we've taken all of our propaganda out of this area. The North removed theirs and we removed ours. Back in the day, the North Koreans had a large white sign out here. In Hangul it said, "Yankee go home." They don't like us. Over there you'll see KPA guard post number 5. Remember, it is currently monitoring you at this time, so please no gesturing towards it. Now visible here from checkpoint 3, you can see the bridge of no return and United Nations Command checkpoint 4. United Nations Command checkpoint 4 is no longer manned due to the fact that everything can be seen from 4 can see easily seen here from 3. You'll see the gap in the tree lines here. You'll see the bridge of no return, there's 1 tree, 2 tree, 3 tree, but right in the 3rd tree there's a gap. It's actually where the large yellow poplar tree once stood, so you can get an idea how this tree obscured vision between these 2 checkpoints. We're going to be visiting the monument site very shortly. As you can see, there's the bridge of no return, and we're going to be visiting that very shortly as well. At the edge of the bridge of no return on the northern side is KPA guard post number 7. And here's some fun facts about KPA guard post number 7. It does not actually fall under the armistice restrictions, so they have every weapon under the sun there. They have sniper rifles, assault rifles, RPG-7s, crew-served machine guns, you name it, they have it. And I'm pretty sure I've had a majority of it pointed at me at one point in time. Now, if you look off into the distance, you'll see Gyeongdong or Propaganda Village. Now think of Gyeongdong as a multi-million-dollar Hollywood set. We know this because most of the buildings are fake. We know this because the windows and doors are painted on, and when the village is rarely lit up at night, you'll see the light at the top of the building. It'll go bright, dimmer, 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 nothing. So we know that most of the buildings don't even actually have floors in them. They are just shells. If you look at the base of the village itself, you know those 4 or 5 long little white buildings at the base of the village? It's actually where the villagers stay. Now, you'll see the North Korean flag. It is not flying well at all today. That's because it takes an extremely large gust of wind to sustain its flight. There's a dry weight of over 600 pounds, and it takes about 30 or 40 people to raise and lower this extremely large North Korean flag. It must be lowered in inclement weather or it'll tear under its own weight. Now you can't really see it off in the distance because of the fog line, but you'll see what looks like a glass high-rise that sticks out and doesn't belong there. It's actually the Kaesong Industrial Complex. Under the Sunshine Pact, South Korea can have workers there. And how many of you have a Samsung or LG phone? Yeah. Some of those parts may have been manufactured in Kaesong over there. The North Korean workers there are some of the most highly paid workers there. They take home about an average of $300, but you got to take into effect that North Korea has about a 90% tax rate, so you're only taking about $30 home. Now off in the distance behind Kaesong Industrial Complex is the Kaesong Heights themselves. Now, North Korea boasts that they have a majority of their artillery pieces here. In fact, they do. It's because of their height in the Kaesong Heights and the way the artillery pieces are positioned themselves that they can actually, in fact, hit Seoul. It takes a couple of minutes for the rounds to hit, but we know for a fact that they can hit. Now, unfortunately, due to the fog line, you can't see them, but off in the distance, very in the far back, there's a cluster of towers. These are jamming towers. North Korea uses these to block all incoming transmissions, radio, television, or phone. It also keeps all the transmissions from North Korea inside North Korea, therefore maintaining their posture as the Hermit Kingdom. Now we've had Rangers and Special Forces come out here with their GPS phones. They have no signal. So if you take out your phones right now, you'll probably have no service, and if you do, you might have a bar, but you'll not be able to send a message. So you can take pictures at this time. Just remember to take them all to the north. If you have any questions, I'll be standing by.
The buses that were just transiting down there near the Grove, where would they be going?
I have no idea. Those are North Korean buses, sir. They are probably doing a tour.
Oh, okay.
They're bringing a case officer down.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, the rocks want about 2 minutes out here. It is extremely hot for being winter.
Mm-hmm. Good, we're glad.
I'm not. I'm wearing a bulletproof vest.
We didn't get one.
Yeah, you get one. What about us?
Not happy about that.
Yeah, we're just the collateral damage.
We'll put you in front first, Eric. We'll stand behind you.
If you really want some dark humor, the bus you ride on, it sits 45 people. I'm giving exactly 45 rounds tonight.
Work it out. Yeah. Actually, you get. There's only 33 of us, so you get some. You know, you get some check shots.
Qualified expert.
Yeah.